Dr. Rajkumar Weasley, CEO of Verbal Learning Technologies and founder and a member of HCL Speech Waivers Club in Sholinalur campus, which is the first Toastmasters Club of HCL. That's a great one, sir. It's the fruit that he has given us that we are enjoying right now. He was a past president of our HCL Pinnacle Club. His company is now training vendors for HCL. He has also been a director of HCL America and heading a team training division. He has spent 17 years of his life as a part of HCL. It's not just a number, it's 17 years. I'm very happy to welcome a person with such energetic personality, that is Dr. Rajkumar Weasley, to the stage. He'll be talking upon the topic communication, the right pitch. Sir, the stage is yours. Sir Rajkumar. Hello. Sir Rajkumar, are you available? So we cannot hear you. I think you might be in mute.
Hear you, sir.
Sir?
Raj, what about your mic?
We'll wait for Rajkumar sir to turn up. And following that, now can I call the next? I'll be calling the next chief guest of the day. That is Toastmaster Praveen Mani. So he's the district director of District 120, sorry, Toastmasters International. He's a strategic leader with a strong mission to incorporate ethical values in all service offered to clients. He has also served as a club president for Chennai Speakers Forum. As a director, he served as a direct link between the district and the clubs. He has also worked closely and supported many clubs to meet their needs. As the division director, he led the division, which comprises of 20 plus clubs, to lead and support the division through supervision and with the support of the area directors. As a district director of District 120 Toastmasters International, he is managing 150 plus clubs in Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry, empowering all the leaders to fulfill the mission of Toastmasters. I personally, I in the sense, our club, HCL Pinnacle Club, personally thanks sir for your support in all our hardest times. Thank you so much for that, sir. Now, I request you to come and ponder us on leadership in today's era. Sir, your stage is yours.
So much, Monish, for your kind words. It's my privilege to be here during a milestone meeting. Thank you for having me invited for your 300 milestone meeting. For a corporate club to achieve 300 meetings is no easy task. So congratulations to all the members of HCL Pinnacle Toastmasters, your present leaders and your past leaders who've been pivotal in terms of helping the club to cross 300 milestone meeting. When I had a chance to speak to Daya and Devi ma'am, I asked them, what should I speak on? And they gave me 3 pointers to speak on. One is on leadership, second, time management, and third, on visibility. And they said they'll be giving me 15 minutes of the time. I was wondering how can I cover three different topics and do justice to that in 15 minutes of time. Then I looked at the agenda and I saw even Rajkumar sir was about to speak, and he's going to speak for another 15 minutes on communication. That's when I was relieved, because to me, 90% of leadership is communication. So what you're going to hear from Rajkumar sir is also an extension of leadership. So I'm awaiting for his session for listening more on how leaders should make use of communication in their journey. Um, to start with leadership, to me, I always try to keep things as simple as possible. So I don't know where the definition comes for leadership. To me, leadership is nothing but if you're a leader, you lead a group of people or any organization or even a policy in an organization in the right direction. I think that's the key here. To lead people, organization, or even a small policy within your organization in the right direction. I would like to stress on this right direction because today everybody is called a leader. Even a person who is heading a terrorist organization, we call him as a leader. In even the news channel, what happens? They say the leader of the so and so terrorist organization is so and so person. I always get fascinated to hear such news because how can we even call someone who's taking people in a very wrong direction as a leader? So I always believe leader is someone who take people or the organization, anything for that matter, the right direction. I request you all to write down the name of your favorite leader in the chat just to understand how we define leaders. So can you just write down the name of your favorite leader in the chat so that I can just take a look at it to understand what according to you is leadership. There's also an echo that I could hear in this meeting. Okay. I think it's from Rajkumar sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Right. So I can see the names Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, wonderful. Swami Vivekananda, great. Okay. Are there any other leaders that you have come across who you late Jayalalitha? Wonderful. All right. So even when we are naming the leaders, we always try to pick complicated names, isn't it? Even to me, like even Mahendra Singh Dhoni or Jayalalitha are still a complicated ones for me. We do have got a lot of leaders within our own family. I know for most of us here, our dads are an inspiration. We call him leader most of the times. But the moment someone asks your favorite leader, we try to think so much and try to complicate things. I think that is the first step to avoid whenever we talk about leadership. Keep things as simple as possible. Your leader could be someone within your team. A leader could be someone within your family. A leader could be a mother. It could be an elder sister, a brother who's helping you to go in the right direction. To me, those people are called leaders. With your permission, I would like to share a small screenshot. Um, Let me share my screen. Okay, right. Hope you're able to see my screen, and let me know if you're able to see this picture that I'm sharing. Yes. Okay, great. Right. I know the media is buzzing about the recent cricketing series between India and Australia. All of us have been going and talking about cricket. Even if you have not followed cricket for a while, after watching the news, I think all of us become so much fascinated and interested to watch cricket. Now, I want you to read this post from Pujara, who is the pillar of Indian Test cricket. This is what he says. I mostly got hit from one end, and that too against Pat Cummins. Pat Cummins is one of the finest bowler in cricket, especially in Test cricket. There was this crack on the pitch around the short of the length spot where the ball would just take off. Now in cricket, when you're playing on the fifth day, the pitch would already be deteriorated. So anytime the ball hits a crack, you will never know which direction the ball will be going. And what he says is Cummins has a skill to make the ball rear up from there and make it follow you. In case I took my hand up to defend it, there was a risk that I would glove the ball. In cricket, when the ball hits your glove and someone catches the ball, you are given out. So for that, what Pujara did was the next sentence. It talks about that in the next sentence. Considering the match situation and how we couldn't afford to lose wickets, I decided to let the ball hit my body. Now, this is something that I want to share with you all because this to me defines what leadership is in a very beautiful way. Now, Pujara is not captain of Indian cricket team, right? So this is one mistake we tend to do. We often consider people with title as leaders. It need not be always the case. We said Mahendra Singh Dhoni, yes, he is a great leader, but what happens is we always relate someone with a title as a captain. Now Pujara has a very beautiful family, and his daughter even said, "Dad, when you come back, I'll give you a kiss in every place you got hurt, and I'm sure that is going to heal your body." So he's got a very beautiful family. But the reason why I brought Pujara here is because there is a leader in every one of us. Now, Praveen, that's me. I've been called to HCL Pinnacle Toastmasters meeting because I'm a district director, not because Praveen is a leader. Now, whether Praveen is a leader or not will be tested after 7 months down the lane. Because once 7 months is over, my title will also be taken off. I will not be holding the post of district director of district 120. And still, if HCL Pinnacle invites me for your next milestone meeting, 350th milestone meeting, and that's when I would understand that, okay, I've been a leader in the system, and that's why people are still calling me. If not, that's a test for me to know whether I still have to improve my leadership skill. Because most often we confuse people with title as leaders. No, it never needs to be the same way. There could be leaders within your club. The leader could be a person who's doing the counter role. A leader could be a toastmaster of the day. A leader who could be planning your 300th milestone meeting. A leader who could be a silent critic for the club to go to the place where it is. So I want you to find out those leaders, and for you to find out those leaders, all that you have to do is find people with the right intention. It is okay if they don't have the leadership skills, if they don't have the way to manage set of people, that's totally fine, because we can always groom people, but it's very hard to groom character. So if you find people with the right character, just hold on to them, give them all the support they want. Sometimes they will fall when it comes to planning things, they'll fall when it comes to leading the club, but they are the ones who should be given the importance, because they are the ones who can be called leader. And if that leader meets a title, that's when they can do wonders. Whether Praveen is a leader or not is a different story. But if I get the title called district director, and what I could do with the title can be huge. I think that's where we have to keep sending the leaders to the next level. This was something which I want to record. Now, second, let me move on from leadership to the next point is time management. Right now, this time management is something which Devi ma'am wanted me to specifically speak on, and that's been quite a challenge, especially for Indians, right? Because even whenever we speak, we always call Indian standard time, and we cast a kind of mock our Indian standard time, because we are always driven by emotions. We are always in a hurry. We don't try to put ourselves in a process. I'll tell you, even for a time management, even for leader, the testing time for me, I'll tell you the testing time that I always get is when I stand in a traffic signal. And if at all I get to stand in the front, that's the time I get my panic attacks. Because though we have a beautiful signal in front of us, we all know when the green comes, we have to move. But in India, we walk in a very different way. We watch the others signal who are having green and wait for them signal to turn to red. The moment that signal turns to red, suddenly people behind you will start honking. They keep honking and they want you to go ahead. They don't want you to wait for those 2 to 3 seconds. So that is the importance we give for time. But still, most of the projects in a company or anywhere for that matter, we always see it's always get delayed. I always used to see this is very contradictory. This is a society where it doesn't even want you to waste 2 to 3 seconds in a traffic, but it wants you to move so fast. But when it comes to project deliverables, we are always behind. Every stand-up call that we have, we always talk about we are behind the schedule. Why is that happening? That's probably because we don't make a time a habitual thing. We always try to be perfection in the work, but we skip a lot of things when it comes to day-to-day activities. All of us we do daily chores, even I do. Most of us involved in that, but none of us we try to plan things at our home. We always do it in a hurry burry, and that is what exactly comes to our office and our place. If we could ensure that we spend proper calculative amount of time and apart from the office time, then that will get reflected in the office, be it Toastmasters Club or any place for that matter. And tell you what, with the experience of running a couple of companies, even in our company, we always give preference to the one who always give importance to the time management. If you have the intention to grow up in your ladder in your organization or to become a fine leader, I think time management will play a key role in that. If you could manage time, I think you could manage anything in this world. Now, I would like to bisect this further because the moment we talk about time management, we try to see everybody is delaying things. So what is so big deal about this? But I wanted to see time management with a different perspective. Time management is nothing but the commitment. If you give your commitment to your boss saying by tomorrow EOD, I'll send this email to our client, you should have that sent on time. It is nothing but pure commitment. If you tell your club president, I will, as a sergeant terms, I will start the meeting on time. That is nothing but not a time management, but a commitment. So what we need to practice is start making commitments and see how we are able to deliver those commitments on time. Once we start doing this in small places, I think time management will be a piece of cake for us to manage. So that is to me is always about time management. Even in organization, if you look at it, you always wonder, see, I'm working so hard. I work for 10 hours, I work for 12 hours, 13 hours, but someone else is given a promotion. We always get that anxiety to, how is it the other person who doesn't work much is always getting a promotion? Let me tell you the truth. Management, they always put people who are so good at managing time at the management level. Promotion generally is given to, you might be seeing the smart workers always get the promotion, they keep moving on. How is that possible? They are smart in terms of managing the time. That's how they always get the promotion too. Because when you go and talk to a client, we always, as a company or any organization, we speak in terms of deadlines and timelines. For the client, for us to get the revenue on time, everything depends upon the timeline that we speak about. So even if you're working so hard, you might work for 10 hours, 15 hours, but if you delay even a single day, still you won't get the recognition. Friends, I learned it in a very hard way. I used to clock for 13 hours, 15 hours. I used to stay in the office the whole night and go back home in the morning, get freshen up, come back. I never got the recognition. I always used to think, see, look, I'm always quantify my work. I'll say, look, I've been spending so much of time in my office, still nobody recognizes me. Fortunately, I joined Toastmasters where I learned the importance of time management. Then I started practicing that. And that's when I was given the Best Employee of the Year award in my organization because I started managing my time properly. I didn't have to wait for 15 hours in my office. Rather, I spent only 8 to 9 hours, but I delivered what I promised. I think that will take us to great heights. And finally, with the last 3 to 4 minutes, I just want to talk about the visibility, which Devi ma'am wanted me to speak about. Now, that is where I wanted even to change the title saying leadership in today's era. Whether you like it or not, you need to have a little bit of visibility if you want to grow as a leader. Now, for a person like me, I hate the word visibility. I always relate to the word marketing. Why should we promote ourselves so much? Because I always come from the ideology like, like for example, let's take Iruttukada Alva. When quality is that you don't have to brand it, why should we always go and promote ourselves saying we are great, we are this, we are that? Even I always believe in Tamil, there's a beautiful saying that says, வலது கையில செய்யறது இவன் இடது கைக்கு தெரியக்கூடாதுன்னு. See, that is the ideology which we are all brought up, where we don't like to get into visibility area, where we don't like to promote ourselves. But today's era, friends, today's era, you need that visibility to do a greater things. For example, let's take an example of Gates Foundation, which is being run by Bill Gates and his wife. Now, Gates Foundation doing an amazing thing. Now, why he is able to do that? He also has the right amount of visibility that is helping him to do great cause for the nation and for the countries around him. So sometimes it is okay to have a visibility, and if you put the visibility for a good cause, there's nothing wrong about it. So my request to all the members of Pinnacle Toastmasters, I know you've been working hard, you crossed 300 meetings, but I want you to step outside your club, go to different clubs, do the same thing with what you're doing in your club and help the other clubs. That is the time when you get recognized, and when you get recognized, the entire club gets recognition. And when the club gets recognition, you will be given a lot of leadership roles. Let's say area director, division director. That comes with some kind of visibility. It doesn't, even if I have to become a district director today, yes, merit speaks a volume about your character. But only with that little bit of visibility, people will know who you are. And especially in Toastmasters platform, it's everything democratic. If you have to step into election and win election, you need that kind of visibility. And if that visibility is put in use for a good cause, there's nothing wrong about visibility. Please make use of that. If there's any question related to leadership, time management, visibility, probably I can take a one or two questions because it's time. Or otherwise, I can hand over the control back to our Toastmaster of the day. Are there any questions? Probably one question related to any three of those things: leadership, time management, or visibility. Probably I can take that and wrap the session. Do we have any question? Right. Uh, if there's no question, probably I would like to conclude the session. I would request you all to practice whatever I said in this Toastmasters platform, because I don't think there's any other platform which gives you this amount of opportunity to practice. I, as an individual, I joined Toastmasters in the year 2010. I come from a middle class family, parents from agricultural background. For me, from being an average student from a middle class family, an engineer who turned out to be an entrepreneur who manages a couple of companies. And initial days, I hardly could speak in English. If you put me in table topics session, I could only speak for maybe 15 seconds to 20 seconds. From there, if I'm serving the public speaking forum as a district director, it is only because of the opportunity that I made use of in Toastmasters world. So I urge every one of you, go do mistakes, learn from the mistakes, and of all the learnings that you have got, put that into use when it comes to your organization. Put in use in a personal life, because end of the day, Toastmasters should help us to enhance our career, our personal life, and that's when you make a real contribution back to Toastmasters world. With that note, I wish all the members of Pinnacle Toastmasters all the very best to your Toastmasters journey, as well as make the best out of Toastmasters in your career and your personal life. Thank you so much. Back to you, Maulish.
Uh, so my action actually speaks here. Thank you so much for showing the light of path for us to become a very good or great leader. So that was really a lot of takeaway from your speech today. So happy that we had a chance of listening to your speech. Thank you so much for that, sir. Now I'm calling upon our honorable guest, Rajkumar Weasley, Dr. Rajkumar Weasley, to come up on the stage
Hello.
and give a speech.
Thank
Sir,
you.
can we have it from you now?
Yeah, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, Raj. Yes, Raj.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, a very good evening to all of you. This is a stupendous meeting today. I must congratulate the office bearers, the EXCOM, and everyone related to this Himalayan task of a 300th meeting, which is not a common feat for a corporate club. It shows the kind of intelligence, it shows the determination of the hard work that's gone into it. And I take personal pride in this because I've been a past president of HCL Pinnacle and done my own small, humble contribution towards the growth of the club. So I look forward to more such milestones and great achievements. I would love to make the mention of several names here and the faces that I'm able to see, good old friends, but it's going to take some time. So I think it's the fitness of things as a past president that I should thank all the international, national, district, and area level Toastmasters who have provided incessant support to HCL Pinnacle to make it what it is today. Thank you very much, and we look forward to more such support. Now, let me come down to brass tacks, the topic that I wanted to chat with you today. Communication. Guys, before that, are you all able to hear me? Any one or two can reply. Very good. This is the whole problem with these online sessions. I read somewhere in the earlier days, when you sit all by yourself and keep chatting and keep talking without anybody listening to you, You used to be called MAD. These days we call it online sessions. So I really like to have some responses now and then to know that I'm not talking all by myself. Right. Communication. Well, now, why did I choose this topic, communication? People, let me tell you, I think this word communication is today the most overrated and a highly stretched and an overused word, and I should say even an abused word. I don't know, understand why people are so obsessed with this communication business. Every time I open the internet or the YouTube, every second guy is talking about communication, how to be an effective communicator. Fine, I'm not denying the fact that communication is important, no doubt about it. However, let's look at the realities of communication. Let's look at some of the important ingredients of it before we go into what it is. In fact, thanks to Pravin, who gave out some excellent components of a leader, one of which is to be able to manage your time and able to achieve your objectives. Anyway, I want to talk about 3 myths about communication. Let me not use the word myth because it's too harsh and there's a falsity about it. Let me use the word wrong notions. There are some mistaken notions about communication, which we would like to debunk. And then I'll come back to the realities of communication. Myth number 1, or notion number 1, you've got to be an excellent public speaker to be successful. You've got to be a fiery orator to be successful. You need to have confidence. You need to shed your stage fear to be successful or an effective communicator. Says who? No way. Fiery speeches, poking holes in the air is nothing to do with effective communication. Okay? Now, communication is entirely a different notion altogether. So, if I am a guy who trembles at my knee to speak before a crowd, so be it. Don't force me to do something that I'm not good at. And don't tell me that unless I make effective public speaking, it's only then I will be a successful communicator. No. Let me come down to myth number 2, or the mistaken notion number 2. Your grammar must be immaculate. You must have a stupendous vocabulary.
Raj, we lost you, Raj.
Sorry, you. Oh my God, are you? You lost me. Am I there now?
Yes, sir, you are available, sir. You are still connected with us.
Can you hear me?
Clearly, sir.
All
Yes,
right,
Raj. Yes, Raj.
Thank you. So I'm now talking about the mistaken notion number 2. Everybody says that you must have a stupendous vocabulary, that you must talk like Shashi Tharoor if you are to be an effective communicator, that you must have an immaculate body language, eye contact, your voice intonation, your accent, your pronunciation. Fine. I am not denying the fact that these are important. They are necessary for effective communication. But all these, grammar, accent, pronunciation, vocabulary, remember, these are only accessories. Accessories of a tool called language. Language is only a tool of communication. And all these that I listed out are only accessories. So let's not worry about accessories. If your grammar is good, wonderful. If your vocabulary is good, excellent. But that is not the end all and the be all of communication. All right? It is something different. Third notion, that communication is all about expression. Yes, of course, communication is about expression, but that is only 1/4 of the truth. Now, what are the other 3/4 of the truth? Is communication truly expression? No, no. Then what is it? Communication is comprehension. It is understanding. On whose part? Comprehension on the part of the speaker? Comprehension on the part of the communicator? No. It's comprehension on the part of the listener, on the part of the audience, on the part of the customer. For example, I am now expressing myself, but that is not the focus of communication. What is important is how much you, as my audience, understand. That is the important part of communication, right, people? So the three myths or the three notions, mistaken notions about communication, that you've got to be a fiery public speaker with great confidence. Myth number two, that you've got to have a grandiose vocabulary, fantastic body language, stupendous accent. And myth number three, that communication is only expression. Now let's come back to this word pitch. I like the word pitch, and thanks to Pravin, who spoke a lot about cricket, where this word pitch is used. Now, pitch is a very unique word in the English language. It has got a meaning both as a verb as well as a noun. Now, as a verb, pitch. What is pitch? Pitch is doing something, an action. You pitch the ball. You make a sales pitch. So that's a verb, an action. Now, as a noun, what's a pitch? It's a place. A pitch is a place where you play. A cricket pitch, a football pitch, where something is played. Now, how is it important in communication? I am coming back now to the reality. I spoke to you about the three myths of communication. Now I'm going to talk about the three realities and practical elements of communication, where I will use these two words, pitches. People ask me, so boss, what is the most important element or ingredient of communication? What should I possess to be a good communicator? You want the answer to that? You know the most important ingredient to be a good communicator? Sanity. You need to be a sane person, that's all. In other words, you need to be a normal human being, which is what all of us are. So all of us are good communicators. You don't need to have a high qualification. You don't need high literacy levels. You don't have to come from a specific background. All you need to be is a normal thinking human being. That's important for any communication, right? Reality number two, which I'm going to associate with a myth number two. You don't need accessories. If you're good in grammar, well and good. If your accent is good, well and good. But what is important is a sane human being has sane ideas. An effective communication or a good communicator is one who has got good ideas, good data, good information, good knowledge in their heads. Correct? Now, be careful. I'm going to warn you. Information and knowledge themselves are pretty dangerous affairs, because we are now living in an era of communication overkill. Today, from a security guard to an auto rickshaw driver to a road sweeper, talks about the COVID vaccine. I went the other day to a roadside tailor to have my button stitched, and that fellow tells me, sir, if you're above 50 and if your blood pressure is 180 or 190 by 30, and if your blood sugar is 140, don't go in for Covaxin. I said, buddy, you please stitch my button. Don't talk to me about vaccine. So we are living in an era where everybody talks about information. No. When it comes to effective communication, it is right and relevant information that matters. Whichever vocation you are in, whichever work you are in. The second reality is have just adequate information, ideas, and knowledge which serves a purpose. Friends, the most important aspect of communication is action. That's where the verb pitch comes into the picture. Pravin was talking about when a fast bowler pitches the ball, the action required is that you get the wicket. When the batsman steps back and gives a square cut, which Sunil Tendulkar was so good at, the objective is to send it to the boundary, right? And the pitch has to be good. So when you're communicating, your words, your information, your ideas will have to be clear, will have to be relevant, and will have to be right. And it has to serve the purpose that you want to achieve, right? Now, if you're going to ask me, Raj, what's the time now? You're asking a question with a purpose. And I'm going to tell you the time is now 4 o'clock and you've got information. Now, if I'm going to be wearing a watch, a Rolex watch worth 5 lakhs rupees, which is an accessory, which has absolutely no bearing on the time. Whether I'm wearing a watch which is 5 lakh rupees or I'm wearing a watch from Snapdeal, which is only 100 rupees, it's only an accessory. That's why I said earlier, your grammar, your accent, etc., accessories. The real requirement is information. What is the time? It's 4 o'clock. That brings me to the third reality, guys. communication is not expression, it is comprehension, understanding. I come back to the pitch. When you're talking of understanding, you're talking of comprehension. What and whose comprehension you're talking about? You're talking about the listener, your audience. And what is the pitch there? The mind of your audience. I'm sure all of you have heard of T.T. Rangarajan. I admire the guy a lot who founded the organization Alma Mater. I picked up this idea from him. He said, an effective communicator is like a farmer who prepares the field before he sows the seed. If you don't prepare the field, the soil, with the right fertilizers, etc., the seed will not sprout. But if the soil is well prepared, you don't even have to sow the seeds. You throw the seeds, it will grow. Communication, my dear friends, is where you choose the pitch, which is the mind of your listener. You prepare the mind of your listener first, and then you use the right and the relevant words. And if they understand your communication is terrific, you're a good communicator. You don't have to make fiery speeches. You don't have to use stupendous words. Now, for example, I see a very beautiful girl in front of me. It's a favorite example of mine. And I tell her, wow, lady, you're an exquisite example of femininity. And she stares at me. I said, look, you're very beautiful. Simple, straight words, which the person is able to comprehend. Your communication cycle is over, right? So forget the myths, forget the false notions of poking hole in the air speeches. Forget all those accessories like fantastic vocabulary. Forget expression. Look at a sane, normal thinking head with relevant, right ideas, good knowledge, good information, and ensure that you give it to a person whose purpose is served. Communication is not about serving the purpose of the speaker. Communication is about serving the purpose of the listener. If I don't serve the purpose that you have come into this meeting for, I'm a bad communicator. However good my language skills are, however good my English is, and however handsome I look, it's useless. All right? So people, to terminate the speech, a good communicator is not one who talks a lot or who talks loud. A good communicator is one who talks right and who talks relevant, right? So go out into the world, even if you're shaking at your knees, even if you're stuttering in your tongue, and even if you're blabbering with the words, speak the truth, speak the relevant thing like Mahatma Gandhi did, like Nelson Mandela did, like Abraham Lincoln did, like Abdul Kalam did, like I'm doing now. And you'll be a wonderful speaker and you'll be a wonderful communicator. Congratulations again. All the best. God be with you and bye. And don't forget the damn vaccine. See you.
Thank you so much. That was really a very useful speech. You made me or you helped us understand what is exactly the communication and what we have to follow it in our day-to-day life. So
Thank you.
moving on to the, yeah, sir, thank you, sir. Moving on to our prepared speech, which will be our next session. Our first speaker will be Toastmaster Patrick Santanam. He is not born as a leader, but developed and established the quality now. Always been highlighting a good leader by many of followers, Toastmasters as well. His motive relies on just one statement: work hard, and that will lead you to success of growth. He has still stood as an example of that statement. He has a working experience of 25 years plus, and he has got 11 plus promotions, which is technically not easy in 25 years. He is a man of his integrity, hard work, and promptness. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Aarti Senthil, and who is a member of a Coromandel Toastmasters Club. She has been a part of a Toastmasters for more than 5 years now. She loves spending time with her books and traveling. She expresses her love of books and traveling through a blog. Now Toastmaster Patrick and is yours. You?
Your voice is not clear.
Patrick, you're unmuted.
Hi all, able to hear me?
Yeah. Yes, Ati, you're up now.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome
The
to
speaker
the
the speaker is attempting this project from Pathways Level 1, Project 2, Evaluation and Feedback. The purpose of this project is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback and apply the feedback to the second speech. Timer, time to note 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to the speaker.
If you chase two rabbits, you will catch neither, which means doing two things at a time is equivalent to doing neither. Therefore, one task at a time and one step at a time. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Good evening to all. In this scenario, people do multitasking right from work, schooling, college, employment, family life, and at any stage of our life, till our last breath, we have been confined to do multitasking work. But what is most important is forgotten. Let me remind you that by this speech, one step at a time. To begin with my personal experience, way back in late 1990s, I used to do multitasking work at a time. When I look back at the end of the day, the result was not as I expected. Then I prepared to do things list. I earmarked time for each and every task. After a week, I evaluated myself on my performance. Surprisingly, things were good shape and the result was amazing as decided by me. Taking things one step at a time helps everyone to say where they are and what they should focus on. You probably heard people tell you to do writing projects in step. Some pre-writing, then make an outline, revise your drafts, and so on. You may have avoided these steps because time-consuming or confusing. You may even have tried these steps, but you did not get any result. But you may not believe it, taking each writing project one step at a time is the best way to improve your writing. This is something that everybody who studies how people write agrees on. One of my friends, Robert, he was serving as a senior police officer in Chennai. Whenever I intend to meet or call him, he used to speak about his business. He has been spending more time than his job. Ultimately, he is unable to achieve anything in his business. This is because of the multitasking. The reason behind is multitasking. Then, this is a clear evidence that multitasking is acceptable provided one step at a time. That will lead to coming out with the flying colors. Friends, taking one step at a time gives you the following magical results. You arrive at a sequence. Your focus is assured. You become stronger. Your performance becomes far better. Even during childhood, did we race when we tried walking? You and me were struggling to get up, holding someone's hand or wall to take an unstable step. After time passes, we used to practice to take a stronger steps, became confident with stronger steps, again, faster step. We used to challenge, Mummy, catch me if you can. Friends, when I selected this topic, I was in chaos. What a topic to speak. Everyone knows what is one step at a time. Are there anything to speak? Then the free thought gave ideas and ideas. Now I'm standing in front of you. At this age and experience, we are not toddlers to speak about walking. We have lot of assignments to write emails, letters to write. Hence, in the beginning itself, I spoke about writing. Here I have famous song, One Step at a Time. I will conclude with this song. One step at a time, there is no need to rush. It is like learning to fly or falling in love. It is going to happen when it is supposed to happen. That we find the reasons why one step at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, all power is within you, said by Swami Vivekananda. I would add here one step at a time. I started applying. What about you all? Over to TM Modi.
Sorry to interrupt. I request our Toastmaster Praveen Mani, our district director, to have a few words of about our club. So, Mr. Praveen Mani.
Praveen, you'll have to unmute it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Ma'am, I didn't hear the last line that you said. Could you repeat it again?
No, just a few lines about the club.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. I think a few lines. I think I can use one word to represent the club. That should be the phoenix bird. I think that's how the club always appears in front of me. Every time some challenge is thrown at the club, the leaders they try to bring the club back into the action. And I know Vinod quite a well. Vinod is my neighbor, but unfortunately, in this pandemic time, we are all forced to meet online. So I met Vinod more number of times in online than in person. So that's how things are with Toastmasters as well. So please make the best use of this online platform provided, because you get to connect with clubs across India and across the globe. So go and attend meetings across the globe, which otherwise would not be possible in in-person meeting. Learn from the fellow Toastmasters community, bring the best practices to the club so that every one of us can groom ourselves into a better speaker and better leader. More importantly, Toastmasters helps us to become a better individual. That is what I always recommend people have the core values intact: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And I thoroughly enjoyed Patrick's speech because I also follow the same kind of ideology. Never rush for anything. Don't go behind awards, rewards in life. That should always be a byproduct in our life. So enjoy your life, enjoy your Toastmasters journey, because the founder of Toastmasters, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, says we learn best in moments of enjoyment. Only when we enjoy this Toastmasters journey, we get the best out of it. So forget about all the awards that the district is presenting. Let them all come back chasing you as a byproduct of all your efforts. With that note, I only wish you all to enjoy your Toastmasters journey. Let this enjoyment continue for years to come, and I'll be more than happy to join the meetings again in the future. Thank you so much, ma'am. Back to you.
Thank you so much for making your presence and gracing the occasion. Thank you so much on behalf of the Pinnacle Club. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is all mine.
Yeah. Here I welcome Toastmaster DTM Vaikunth, who has recently joined in the 300 milestone meeting. DTM Vaikunth, a warm welcome to you. Toastmaster Vaikun. Yeah, I hope he's there. Monish, you can take the control of our prepared speech, Monish.
Thank you. So really, your song is still how many times ever I hear the song from you, I still feel like hearing it for the first time in my life. So that was really a very good song, sir. And I think, and I hope I do follow your words in my life at least, from this second at least. So that was really a very good takeaway from you, sir. So now going up to the next speaker, the next prepared speech speaker will be our Toastmaster Veeramani. I actually see him in a different way than I guess most people actually see. The way I see him is he has a belief, not just belief, a total belief on positive energy, which he actually gains it from doing us all gardening works because that's what he loves doing and spreads the energy that he has been gained in the form of teaching. So that's how he is known to be. He will be his speech will be actually evolving to be Toastmasters for about 9 years and member and past president of Chennai Wordsmith Club. Now, I request Toastmaster Paul Bhaskaran to list the objectives of Toastmaster Veeramani. Sir, the stage is yours.
I can hear you, Paul.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Respected Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, a very warm welcome, warm good evening to you all. And a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Veeramani, who is attempting project number 3 from presentation mastery. The project title says research and presenting. The purpose of his speech is to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Time allotted for his speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck to the speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. So, a very good evening to all. This is Veeramani. So, I would like to start with a question to everyone. How many of you want to face failure instead of success? How many of you wants to face a failure instead of success? Can you give some thumbs up? Wow, nice. Yeah. Super. Yeah, I can see some people are raising hands. So you guys don't want to see face the success. You guys don't want to taste the success. Yeah. So most of us remains calm so that I can understand. So all of us want to taste the success, right? Yeah. So what is mean by success? Achieving something which I want, which I desire, is called success. If it's so, yesterday I decided to eat biryani, today I had it. So can I say I am a successful person in my life? Yeah, but not exactly, right? So I want to tell you what is mean by real success by taking example of our missile man and our former president APJ Abdul Kalam. If any political leaders dies, their party members might worry. If any celebrity dies, their fan might worry. But for the death of APJ Abdul Kalam, it made every one of us to worry. So when the time of death, I was in a hostel with my friends. So I saw my roommate. He was crying for the whole day after hearing this news. I'm not exaggerating. Even he not at all see that man as a person. He still prayed for the whole day. That made me to think about how APJ Abdul Kalam life made how his life impacted every one of us. Yeah. So that is called a real success. Every one of us running behind the success, but what makes a difference between ourselves and APJ Abdul Kalam? So in one of his speech itself, he gave some beautiful points, what he followed, and which he gave that secret to us to succeed in our life. So I want to go through all the points, all the golden points here. The first thing is having a greater dream. As he said, dream is not the one which comes by sleep, it is the one which doesn't allow us to sleep. So I could say we should not hesitate to dream. Or else I can say we have to dream even that is impossible. If you take a history, you will see a person whoever had a dream of impossible, now they are in the place of pinnacle. So we have to dream for impossible. I can give some example also. You can take a scientist like Isaac Newton and even whatever you can take, or else I can give you a even more realistic example. You can take a founder of Swiggy. So have you ever thought that we will be using online to order food at the year of 2014? But he was thinking that. He was thinking impossible thing at the time. Now we are following that in our daily life. So that is the power of a dream, having a greater dream. The second point is acquiring knowledge continuously. Yeah. So we should have a mindset that there are a lot to learn. And we also have open-minded to learn from anything and from everyone. So while seeing this point, one of my friend comes into my mind. When I was studying in engineering college, I had a friend in mechanical department who not only studied as a normal engineer, focusing just departmental studies. He also he's from mechanical, but he always used to interacting with electrical people and electronics people. So he used to study all, even programming also he used to study. So one day he came to my room and he was asking, Veeramani, what is the difference between current and voltage? Can you elaborate it in physical way? I was stunned. So even an electrical engineer don't care about what is the current and voltage and all, but he was asking that things. So that is the way we have to broaden our mind to learn everything, to learn new thing. We have to open to learn new thing. And the third one is working hard. So as Thiruvallu was saying, Devathan ahadaninum muyarchidan meivarutha kuli tharum. So if even if we have we have to work hard to achieve something, because to taste, at least to taste the success, we need to face some we need to work hard, we need to put our effort, then only that success will give some happiness to us, right? Yeah. So we should not hesitate to work hard. Okay. So then the fourth point comes, we have to perseverance. Yeah. So perseverance describes keep on working even whatever the situation it may be. So sometimes we get sometimes we get success, sometimes we may need to face a failures, but we should not lose our hope. So as I said, if we taste a bitter, if we taste the feel of bitter, then only we can enjoy the taste of sugar, right? Yeah. So similarly, we have to face failures to get the feel of success. So these are the 4 points. If we keep following these 4 points, we no need to go towards the success will come towards us. And one more thing, one more thing I want to share is, there is a difference between the word accomplishment and achievement. So achievement is the one which makes you too happy, and accomplishment is the one which makes everyone around you happy. So if you take APJ, he's not an achiever, he's an accomplisher. So we also need to be an accomplisher, not an achiever. So we should our success will impact everyone's life as a beautiful way. So that's what I want to share with you all. So I wish you all to succeed in your life as an accomplisher. Thank you.
This is where being a Toastmaster, this is where I hate being doing the role of a timer. When some interesting topic is going on, it's our rule to break it and come in and talk about, show the time. So we hope we do hear a lot more information from you, Veera. Thank you so much for throwing us on that information. So moving back to the theme of the day, be resilient. Initially, when I was giving a few points about being resilient, I said that we do have a mutual friend who's resilient and everybody around us knows about him. So any guesses right now? So if anybody are there, can rise up, sir. Okay, so let me tell you, everybody has a smartphone nowadays, and it has Facebook and WhatsApp pre-installed. That is, when you're getting your mobile itself, nowadays you're getting it with the Facebook and WhatsApp. Who is the founder of Facebook and WhatsApp? Any answers? So I just want to hear so that I want to make sure that I'm audible. So I'm asking this question. Who is the founder of Facebook and WhatsApp?
Or Facebook, it is Zuckerberg.
Okay.
WhatsApp.
Okay, for WhatsApp, it's someone else, and it's been now owned by Mark Zuckerberg. In this few days back, all got an information is it to limit. What's the first? We started WhatsApp. We started moving to Telegram, Signal, and Create. High call we started installing again and using it. That is actually a death or a destruction that's been caused to us, losing lots of customers. Then on fine morning, he came up and he said, "We are doing it only for the business and not for personal." What we did, instantly we jumped back into WhatsApp. So that is the thing. Jump back place to everybody's smart brain. Actually, we cannot call it a smartphone nowadays. So it's something that WhatsApp is called resilient. Now, interesting section, that is our which will be led by our table topic, our Toastmaster, Dayanidhi Natarajan. He has a soul of water, life of a happy bird, and enjoys every moment. Shows interest in playing with Virat Kohli, Gopi Chand, Wilson Jason, and Vishwananand. To know about what all games he plays, you have to decode this. I request the guests to take part in this session and make it an interesting one. And try using the word of the day and theme of the day. Stage is yours, Daya.
Thank you so much, Monish. So, thank you. Once again, thank you. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, once again, good evening. And one of the most exciting portions of the Toastmasters meeting is going to be happening now. It's a table topic session. The main objective is to challenge the members to develop their impromptu communication skills to effectively thinking on their own feet by answering that unprepared questions. So mainly the table topics is specifically designed to develop 4 essential communication skills. One is listening, then thinking, then organizing and speaking. Your response must be at least minimum 1 minute and cannot be more than 2 minutes. So you will have a grace period of 30 seconds and maximum you can speak for 2 minutes 30 seconds. So the timer will be showing a green signal at 1 minute and yellow signal at 1 minute 30 seconds and red signal at 2 minutes. I also encourage you to use the word of the day as well as the theme of the day. So let's get started. Who wants to be the first? I have 5 stupendous topics. And also guests are more welcome to participate here. So can anyone raise? Do you have any volunteer here? Any volunteer?
Let me give it a shot. This is Raj here.
Hi Raj. So you can select a topic from 1 to 5.
1.
1. Okay. Your topic is. So which one do you like, past or future? So if you, I'm asking you.
Okay, that's the topic.
No, I'm asking you which one do you like? You like past?
I like the past.
You like the past. Okay, you are from 15 years before now. Okay, now you are in 2005 and you want to talk what happened in 2005, just 15 years before. You have to go to past.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm not taking this 30 seconds to think about the subject. I'm taking this 30 seconds to think about some good thing that I might have done 15 years back. The only thing that comes to my mind are all the naughty, lousy, terrible, stupendous things that I've done 15 years back. But let me tell you, one thing that comes to my mind is the fact I think I was in the US then, and in the US, you are not permitted to open a beer bottle when you're driving a car. The beer bottle can be closed, but it cannot be opened. All right. Now, I didn't know that. Even though I was not driving a car, my friend was driving, but I was sitting next to it with an open beer bottle. Well, we stopped at a signal. Unfortunate for me, there was this police bike. The policeman on a bike was standing there, and he looked in and he saw the open beer bottle. So he stopped. We pulled aside, and he said, "Hey, buddy, it's going to be a fine of some $50 or so." And I said, "Sir, it is now only 5 days since I've come from a country where we literally have feasts and parties on the road. So could you please be kind enough to forgive me for this? And this is my address. Today evening, 7 o'clock, when you're off duty, drop in home. We'll both sit and have this stuff." And he said, "You know what? What you've done is wrong, but I like your attitude, buddy. And I like your hospitality." And thankfully, I was let go off without any fine. Oh my God, that's one thing I can never forget that happened 15 years back. And cheers to you guys. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Raj. So we
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay. So who is the next volunteer here? Someone from the guest? It's okay to make mistakes. No problem. We are there to encourage you. Someone?
Well, in HCL Pinnacle, we don't call for volunteers, man. We look only for victims and we draw them in. Mention a name and call them in.
Okay, just checking.
There, I see a hand up. So I guess you can call them.
Probably that guy has lifted his hand to scratch his head.
Oh, I'm just checking who is raising their hand.
Mohini, I guess. Mohini CFC. Sorry, CSF.
Yes.
Hi. So,
hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are audible.
Just give me a second, please.
Can you turn on your video?
Just give me a second, please. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my video is not turning on, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
No issues, no issues. Fine, fine. So we have topics from 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to select one.
Okay, 2.
2. Your topic is: would you have to go to bed early or wake up early? I repeat again. Would you rather go to bed early or wake up early?
Good evening, Toastmasters. I'm Beth. Definitely, I would like to go to bed early and wake up early also. I like to go to bed as early as I can. By 9, I switch off all my gadgets, or it's only the phone or whatever I'm using. There is a reason why I do this, because I get up early. Those early hours, 4 o'clock, 4:30 or 5 till 6, 7, 8. I have 3 hours all for myself, undisturbed time, when no one's going to put the bell. No one's going to come uh, calling you for work. The servants don't come that time. Undisturbed, peaceful time when I can do my yoga. I can catch up on some work that has been long pending, which I've been procrastinating about. I can do a little bit of writing, things that are personal to me, which I'm not able to do during the day because of other work and things. I get to do my little meditation and yoga, which I'm very happy about because it sets a tone for the day, and my body is in shape and my mind is in shape and I'm clear. If I don't get to do that, I feel very disturbed. And my day goes haywire, and my day goes haywire, my month goes haywire, and if my month goes haywire, my year is gone. So all these years have gone so fast, I can't even remember how. So I make it a point to go to bed early and rise early. But of course, it's not that I do it on a very regular basis. There are times when I slip, and I do keep deadlines, but I keep procrastinating also. Of late, I have started reading Mel Robbins, and I got a good tip from her, the 5-second rule. So once when I'm procrastinating, and then I decide, oh, today let me sleep a little longer, I do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a technique that she has given, either off you get out of bed. She said to think that it's like a jet being put on fire, and when the countdown happens, it just sets off no matter what. So I use that as a signal, and I keep going. So getting to bed early and rising early is my benchmark to meet my days. Thank you so much. Over to TM.
Thank you so much, Mohini. So it was a good try. Then I would like to call the next volunteer. It's Renuka CSF. Renuka? Hello?
Yes, I'm online. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay,
So how are you, ma'am? Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
Congratulations on the milestone your club has achieved.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So you have three options to choose: 3, 4, and 5. Which one you like to take?
I'll go for 3.
3. Okay. Your topic is: have you ever laughed till you cried? I repeat again. Have you ever laughed till you cried? Any moments?
Yes, I have. Toastmaster. Good evening, Toastmasters. Yes, there has been an occasion when I have laughed till I cried, and and it happened at one of my husband's friends' place. He is no more today, but he was in a position of authority. But that he is a person of authority did not matter when it came to his family life. He was just a very grounded person, and when we went to meet him, all he did was that he kept us entertained because we had gone there unannounced, and he told, my friends are here, you have to go and make lunch for them. And his wife said, yes, I will, and she went in. So for the next 1.5 hours, he had so many anecdotes to tell, not about his office or anything, about his relatives. And I remember vividly him telling that they 3 families, they had gone to some beach resort or something, and the youngest of them was making a fool of themselves. They said, it was beachside resort, so they wanted to go there, have a swim in the beach. They went in near to the waves. He stood there. He thought, okay, when the wave went back, he went little more into the sea, till one point when the water came up to his knees, he came running back again. He didn't want to get into the water anymore. And his wife was standing there. They were newly married, and he was all full of heroism. He's going to have a bath in the sea, and I'm going to watch my husband doing it. But that didn't happen that day, and he was so full of. She was so disappointed. She's telling, "Look at my husband. Why did he do that?" And they ended up pulling up his leg for so much of heroism, and he kept us entertained about so many things that he. The last thing he told was that, "I think it's time for lunch. My wife will come. She will say, please, whatever you do, just have your food and then praise her and then go." Actually, her food was so delicious that day, and we went with the heartfelt thanks, and we had a good day that time. And that's one moment I remember, that where I did laugh a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful moment in our life. So it was so it was very easy and good to recollect for you, right? Right now. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
So next volunteer, I could see Vijay Kumar K from GWS. Vijay Kumar.
Hi, Vijay this side. You can hear me? My voice is audible?
Yes, you are audible. So how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, good. So we have option from 4 and 5. Would you like to choose one?
4.
4. Okay. So your topic is, would you break the law to save your loved one? I repeat, would you break the law to save your loved one?
Okay. Yeah, definitely yes. I will give my answer upfront. So definitely to save not only the loved one, to anyone, any living beings or any such situations, I don't think it is wrong to save someone's life or same in any situations which is untoward to them or anyone in this world. So definitely, I will not rethink to save someone by breaking the law. So definitely yes from my end. Yeah, that's it. That is my opinion.
Okay. Thank you so much, Vijay Kumar. And we have final topic. So we're going to choose. So let me choose from my side. I could see Manisha Ranjini. Hello? Manisha Ranjini. No? Hello? Then I could call someone like Sheikh Mehta. Sheikh Mahadas. So no problem if you're making mistakes, no issues. It's just to try to build your skills. Bala Ganesh, yes.
Yeah, hi.
Your good name?
Bala Ganesh.
Hi Bala Ganesh. So how are you? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Yep.
And you don't have the option to choose, and we have only one. Then you.
Yeah, no issues.
Okay, so your topic is, what can you do today that you were not capable or not able to do an year ago? I repeat, what can you do today that you were not able or capable of a year ago?
So it is like what I'm able. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. Can you please repeat it once again?
So 1 year before you can't able to do it, but you are doing it right now. What is
Okay.
that?
Okay. So before I actually joined HCL 1.8 years before. So before that, I was not in a position to get a flat for me. That is a property for me. But today, in the current position, I'm actually trying to get a flat with the reasonable prices, and I'm actually looking my best to uh, put my minds into real estates, and especially, I'm also putting my minds into the share markets and other things. So this is what I see my capability with respect to the last year.
Okay.
Yes, that's it from my side.
Okay. So really, it's a good try, and thank you so much, Bala. And thanks to everyone who participated. Now I'll return the control to Toastmaster, Monish. Monish?
Yeah, I'm available and I'm waiting for Sridevi, no, Shivagami Devi to ma'am to give an introduction.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I welcome Toastmaster Srivatsan, the area director, for our milestone meeting. Toastmaster Srivatsan. Monish, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Daya, where are you getting this ideas of brainstorming? You have a very good brainstorming skill. You did a very good work with all the topics you have been given for us on the interesting session here. So coming back, we all go through some problem in our daily life. All we have to do is just find the problem, optimize it, work it, and then run. Instead of reacting to the problems, try to respond it. That will actually help you win. Being resilient and enjoy the fruit of success. That is what if you are resilient, you can actually respond to the problem instead of reacting. Now, moving on to the third important part of our speech, that is the evaluation. I request our general evaluator, come President Toastmaster Shivagami Devi, to take the stage. Ma'am, it's to you now.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monish. And what a prepared speech by our guest speakers and by our Toastmaster speakers. It was an awesome speech to hear. So let me hear from my tag team as well. I call upon the timer, Toastmaster Sri Devi, to submit her report for today's speech. Toastmaster Sri Devi.
Maybe evaluation comments need to be
Sorry.
No.
Sorry, I got a little bit confused. And regarding the prepared speeches, the prepared speaker one, Toastmaster Patrick, is being evaluated by Toastmaster Aarti. I request Aarti to submit her evaluation report for the speaker one.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Wonderful evening to everyone, and a very special evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Patrick. One step at a time. Similar to your title, you delivered one wonderful speech today. First, I would like to start with the things what I like most in your speech. The first most thing is you started with the quote, if you chase two rabbits at a time, you will catch neither, and continued by asking question to the audience that created little curiosity to the audience about what you're going to speak, and that also paves way for a very good opening to your speech. Kudos to that. That justified a good speaker should have a very good audience capturing technique, and you justified that. And the second thing, what I liked in your speech is you have justified your speech with n number of personal experiences, like saying, when I'm doing multitasking, I'm unable to get result on both, and your friend's business experience, and especially the example how a child starts to walk by taking one step at a time and taking stronger steps later. That was a very good example and very good supporting material. Great job on that. And again, You concluded the speech with a song and a quote. That paves the way for a very good speech should have a opening, a body, and a conclusion. And you constructed a very well speech. Great job on that. To make your one step more stronger, I have a couple of recommendations. The first one is in your speech, you're having some personal experiences. You are telling us an example. I felt that examples were more generalized. If you could tell more specific examples, that would have connected with the audience more. For example, when you're telling you're working on the multitasking, what multitasking you are working? Suppose you are writing a script and parallelly working, that could have added more value to it. And the second recommendation, what I have felt is throughout the speech, your voice was very flat. Then and there, if you could have added that voice modulation, like when you're asking the question, have you chased two rabbits, or have you done the multitasking? Just then and there, if you added the modulation, that could have been more better. To conclude your my evaluation with good audience capturing technique, personalized examples, and well constructed speech, and recommendation like per specific narrating examples and voice modulation, your one step at a time will be a greater and stronger step. Thank you. Over to general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aarti, for your wonderful and a brief elaboration of the evaluation report. Now I call upon Toastmaster Paul Bosco to submit his report for the speaker, Toastmaster Veeramani. So your voice, so voice. We are not able to hear your voice.
Still unable to hear.
So we're not able to hear your voice, sir. No. Sorry, meanwhile, can we have the tag team report? I request Toastmaster Sri Devi to present the timer report.
Before that, Devi, just a second. Raj, if you're trying on your mobile, you are on mute, Raj. If you unmuted, I think you could see you're looking at the screen.
Okay. So you're on mute, sir, Raj, sir.
Just hit on the screen, you will be getting the option on the bottom. Just touch the screen and then. யார் அது காலையிலே போயிட்டு
Sir, can we proceed with the tag team report, sir?
or Raj, you can disconnect and probably you can rejoin.
Rejoin, sir.
Yeah,
Actually,
that
Paul
would be-
Bhaskar has unmuted his thing. I could see here, but his voice is not audible here.
Yeah, but Raj's phone is okay. Let's see. Let's give him a minute's time.
Let's hear it from our tag team. Probably we can have the tag team report, then we can move on to our Paul Bhaskar's report. Yes, sir. To start,
We will go with our counter and grammarian, and then the timer can be given at the last.
Okay. Now we can move with our counter report. Toastmaster Vinod Kumar, you can present your report, Vinod Kumar.
Oh yeah, thank you so much, General Evaluator. And the report goes this way: that DTM Praveen had used once, and Toastmaster Veera twice, and guest Vijay used twice, guest Balaganesh used once, and other members, kudos that you were so resilient in not making me to write down the letter for the R counter, and kudos to you once again. And I conclude my report here on over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinod, for your concise report. Now we shall move on to the grammarian, Toastmaster Darshana, to submit her report.
Thank you, General Evaluator Shivagami Devi. Good evening, everyone. It was a wonderful meeting and super grammar. I enjoy listening to your speeches. So let me start with the word of the day report and theme of the report. So word of the day has been used more than 5 times, and theme of the day has been used more than 2 times. And now over the detailed grammatical report, I have noted down a lot of good grammar usages like leader meets the title, go up in the ladder of growth, time management is commitment, insert support every second guy, immaculate body language, communication is all an expression, sanity, exist, and proverbs like farmer prepare the soil before sowing seed. If you chase 2 rabbits, you will catch none. And have noted sentence which I felt like incorrect is create impact as others' life. It should be create impacts in others' life. That is end of my report. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much for your detailed report. Now let's hear it from our timer, Toastmaster Sri Devi, to submit her report.
I can hear them.
Start with the special speeches given by Raj and Praveen. So the allocated time was 12 to 15 minutes, and they both were well within the time because they were so specific about the time management and the way they are presented. So Raj took 14 minutes and 8 seconds. Praveen took 14 minutes and 59 seconds. And next, moving on to the prepared speeches, Patrick and Veera, where the allocated time is 5 to 7 minutes. Patrick took 5 minutes and 36 seconds. Veera took 7 minutes and 31 seconds. And moving on to the table topics, the 5 topics which we had, Raj took 1 minute and 31 seconds. Mohini took 1 minute 52 seconds. Renuka took 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Vijay Kumar and Balganesh made a good try. Like the minimum time required is 1 minute. Since they are first timers, they just took 42 seconds and 41 seconds. Good try for that. And coming back to the evaluator, for Patrick, Aarti is evaluated and the allocated time was 2 to 3 minutes and she completed with 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Thanks. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you so much, timer, for your crisp report. Now let's hear upon from Paul Bhaskar, Toastmaster Paul Bhaskar, his evaluation, speaker 2, Toastmaster Veeraman.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We are.
Oh, you can hear me. I'll give it to Paul Bhaskar.
Please, sir.
Oh, they can hear me. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. Now I got you all. Okay. Hello.
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
sir.
We can hear you, sir.
Okay. Again, it's my evaluation report. Let me share with you all. All right. So good evening once again, and good evening to the speaker in particular. The presentation mastery. I would like to evaluate on the BOMB. It's called BOMB technique. B stands for bank start. O stands for opening and structuring. M stands for messaging. What is the message you are giving? And then B, end with the bank closing. My speaker, Toastmaster Veeramani, he justified all these points to give away one message, which says, face the failure to feel the success. Wonderful. And what I loved most from his speech are, he raised a question to begin with. Always the raising question connects with the audience, especially me. How many of you want failures instead of success? Wonderful. That was a catchy opening, I would say. Coming to the structuring part, your speech had a personal instances. You structured it very well, and making reference to Dr. APJ's successful life, successful personalities like Isaac Newton, Thiruvallur, et al. You also shared with me the knowledge, like acquire knowledge continuously, be open-minded, and work hard with perseverance and be resilient. Wonderful. These are the wonderful points which you shared with me. Overall, your speech was, Toastmaster Veeramani, your speech was a successful one. How can you make it a greater one? I have a couple of recommendations. Number one, your effective speech should have, like Dr. Raj said, important accessories like vocal variety, voice modulation. At times you need to change. For an instance, you referred to Dr. APJ's death and people got worried. I literally expected the worried face on you. Instead, smiled. That should have been a voice modulation. Number two is the facial gestures, I mean. Number two, the closing can be little more stronger to make it a greater one. Like, ladies and gentlemen, self-belief and hard work will always earn success. I will follow it. What about you all? That could have been your conclusion. Else, it was a wonderful listening to the successful speech delivered by Toastmaster Veeramani. Thank you, one and all. My apologies for the connectivity problem. It was beyond my control. Of course, thank Raj and thank God helped me in time. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Always with pleasure, sir. Toastmaster Paul Bhaskar, always with pleasure. Now, here is my report for today's meeting. The meeting started by 4:02 p.m. We were late, but we were, since it's a milestone and we were about to check for the connectivity and other things, it's not a big mistake. So, and my kudos to Toastmaster Monish. He started his TMOD. He is doing this TMOD role play for the first time, and I think a big round of applause from all of us to you, Monish. You are doing a great job. So, and all the role players, the tag team was well explained. It was Toastmaster Praveen Mani's district director speech regarding the, I thank his humbleness in explaining about the importance of leadership, the value of time, and the visibility. I thank on behalf of Pinnacle. And regarding Raj sir, Toastmaster Raj sir, always you rock. And we were very glad to hear from you about the communication and the importance of the communication skills. Got to be obedient, highly orative. It was a very good, we could hear a very good usages of English words from your speech. So that was an awesome speech, I could say, from my side. And Speaker 1, Toastmaster Patrick Santhanam, one step at a time. Awesome, sir. Again, you rocked with a very good rhyme. So, thank you, sir. And Toastmaster Veeramani, we could see you after a long time, but still you had a very good speech and your flow was so awesome. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Veeramani. And regarding the table topics, Daya, at last, I mean, like, you always rock the show, and today you have done it. The topics were very easy, so the audience and everyone were able to make a try, and they were able to think for 30 seconds, and they were able to deliver their speech. So it was awesome topic from your side. On the whole, thoroughly, I enjoyed the meeting, and I request all to stay till the end of the meeting. We have little more sessions and little more legends to have a small intro and small speech about our Pinnacle Club. I request all to stay the meeting. And one and foremost, we could see 70 attendance in today's meeting. A big round of applause, and I appreciate Toastmaster Sridevi and Toastmaster Monish for making this happen. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Monish, and thank you so much, Toastmaster Sridevi. I request all of you to stay till the meeting ends. Over to TMOD, Toastmaster Monish. Monish? Yes, you.
Thank you so much for your. Am I audible? Hello, am I audible? I can hear you. Okay.
Yes, Monish. Yeah.
Some response I didn't hear. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your beautiful and like so praising was. I got all my blushes. Even in my dark skin, I could see my own self blushing on the camera. So thank you so much for giving me that presence of time. So I request all the guests to take few minutes of your time to vote for the best speaker and for the best role players. It'll be put on the chat, so I guess you can view them right now. And I request you all to vote for the best speakers. Until then, I request Shivagami Devi ma'am to take up the stage and occupy the people.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Monish, for handing her back the control to me. Now I request Toastmaster Darshana to just have a vote of thanks and a report on today's meeting. Toastmaster Darshana, the stage is yours.
Thank you, President Shivagami Devi. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks. So it gives me immense pleasure to deliver a vote of thanks to all dignitaries assembled here today for this meeting. I give a heartfelt vote of thanks to Dr. Raj Weasley, who has spent his busiest time gracing this occasion, and his thought have enlightened our minds and has shown us a new path in the journey of communication development. On behalf of HCL Pinnacle Toastmaster Club, I sincerely thank Toastmaster Praveen Mani for sharing with us the finest management practices. Today we had the opportunity to hear Praveen Mani's thought, and this is definitely encourages in our future events. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Division Director DTM Vaikud, DTM Reena, DTM Shrikant, DTM Paul Bhaskaran, Toastmaster Sri Vatsan, and our past President Sashank for supporting us and for being with us today. I'm very grateful to President Shivagami Devi for her sincere effort towards the organization of this event and deep sense of commitment towards this club's growth. Thank you, immediate past President Vinod Kumar, for stupendous support for this club, and we hope you do the same for our club forever. And I thank Toastmaster Patrick Santhanam, Toastmaster Rajagopalan, and Toastmaster Sri Devi for being pillar of our club and providing invaluable support and guidance for this club. A special mention to Vice President VPPR and Dayanidhi Natarajan and VP Membership Maunish, who worked hard behind the scene to execute this event. I must remark a proficient sense of gratefulness to all the role players and participants and EXCO members of this meeting for inspiring and highly sparking words and valuable support. We expect the same in the future meeting as well. I cannot give thanks to everyone, every participant and the mobility to take for the participation and the mobility to take accomplishment of this meeting. There is much varying and out of thanks to express my emotion correctly in this atmosphere. So I show my appreciation to the people who have been strength for this meeting. Once again, I would like to state that we are glad to all the speakers here over the meeting. We thank you for being with us, and it has remained a pronounced pleasure. Have a great day ahead. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining the meeting. Over to General Evaluator and President of our club.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Darshana, for a wonderful word of thanks. Today, I would like to hear it from our few guests. Can anyone help me with a guest name? What about Toastmaster Srivatsan? We would be glad to hear a few words from your side. Toastmaster Srivatsan.
Yeah, hello all. So HCL Pinnacle reaching 300. Wow, amazing. So very happy to see all my fellow Toastmasters here. Whoever I don't name, please pardon me. Hi Darshana, hi Devi, then Vinod, then Patrick sir, then Raj sir, the stylish Raj, and Rajagopalan, Prakash. So very nice to see. See, the benefit of this club, joining this club, let me just tell you, is you get to be in a meeting where in a room where they conduct their meetings at high profile places. I have not seen any other club conducting their Toastmasters meeting in boardrooms where Mr. Shiv Nadar sits. So this is the primary benefit that you get out of this club. I mean, come on. How many times we get to sit in a chair where Mr. Shiv Nadar or the likes sit? So please enroll yourself, guests, because you get that feeling once you sit in those places and you talk, a sense of power or the skill of public speaking overtakes you. So that is why this club is very special to me. Very glad to see that you guys have reached 300. All the best to the new XCOM. Keep rocking.
Thank you, Srivatsan. I would like to hear from few guests as well. Then we can proceed with the results of today's meeting, the best role players. Few guests, can we have your feedback, please? Darshana, can you help me with some of the names of our guests?
Sure, ma'am. Mohini is there.
Mohini, can we have a few words from you regarding today's meeting?
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, congratulations on your 300th meeting. 300 is a stupendous number, quite awesome actually, because when you reach 100th, milestone itself seems quite a long way in keeping your members intact and conducting regular meetings. 300 is an awesome number. So hats off to you all. I really enjoyed this meeting today in a corporate club. All the best to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'd like to join more of your meetings. Yeah, it was a very nice experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anyone volunteers from the guest would do? Anyone? Yeah, that's it.
Balakanish, would you like to share your views and
Balaganesh? Okay, Vijay Kumar, is that Vijay Kumar available?
No, we have Amrita.
Is Vijay Kumar available or Amrita?
No.
Yes.
Okay, no issues. Fine. We shall proceed with the awards and honors of today's meeting. I request Darshana to share the screen of today's awards.
Yes.
Okay, the first award, Best Tag Role Player. It goes to Best Tag Role Player goes to Toastmaster Sri Devi, who's taken the role of a timer in today's meeting. Kudos to you and a warm applause from all of us. And the next role player, Best Role Player goes to Toastmaster Monish. Kudos to you, Monish. You grabbed the award for the first time. You have taken the role for the first time and you grabbed the award. Kudos to you. And the best evaluator is Toastmaster Aarti, who evaluated the speech of Toastmaster Patrick. Kudos to you, Aarti. And the next would be Best Table Topics. Obviously, it's none other than Toastmaster Rajkumar Wesley. Kudos to you, sir. And the next would be Best Speaker of today is Toastmaster Patrick Santana. Thanks to you, sir, for accepting our invite and presenting your speech. And today you grabbed the Best Speaker award. That's it, Darshana?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Darshana, for sharing the awards and honors. From my side, a small vote of appreciation. I would like to thank our VP Toastmaster Darshana for sharing the agenda on time and getting in touch with all the guest speakers and the keynote speakers. And my special thanks to Toastmaster Monish, who prepared the PPT and presented in a very good, in an awesome way. And my special thanks to all the EXCOM members, Toastmaster Sri Devi, Toastmaster Veeramani, Toastmaster Vinod, and Toastmaster Daya, Nagesh. Though they are not in the meeting, we had a very good support from all of them. My sincere thanks to all the EXCOM members. If you chase anything in life, if you chase anything in life, chase the things that you get excited about living. Chase the things that make you want to be a better person. Chase the things that inspire you to think, create, and live joyfully. Chase the things that reinforce in your soul that you can make a difference. When you chase that kind of storm, you are chasing rainbows. So team, let's work together towards achieving greater heights and hit many more milestones. Thank you so much. Thank you, team. My special thanks to Raj, Dr. Raj, sir. And my special thanks to Toastmaster Praveen Mani, sorry. That I have my end. I would like to hear, last but not the least, I would like to hear a few words from Dr. Raj regarding today's meeting. Raj, sir?
I think he's not here.
He's not there.
Aarti, would you like to share your thoughts?
Darshana, are we filled with all the things, or we left any senior persons in the group? Please check and.
I guess no, ma'am.
No. Fine then. Toastmaster Vinod Kumar, our immediate past president, we would like to hear from you a few words.
Okay. Sure. So thank you so much for the stage, President. And before I proceed, I want it to be more interactive, at least from the guests who are attending for the very first time. So please shout out what made you to join. Someone pushed you in, or you came out of your own interest, or how did this last 1.5 or 2 hours in this meeting went for you? If
I
someone
think
is speaking,
you have to pull them and ask.
I have their name in front of me. I want like everyone wants to have own their game. Usually we intend and we think like we need to. We are not a very a speaker whom you should be thinking like a big speaker and all. You can step up front because an egg has a life only when it's broken from it comes from inside. So this is an opportunity for you to come and just explore and just stand in front of the crowd and say, hey, this is what it is. So is that still someone wants to talk, and like how this last 2 hours went for you?
Hi Vinod, this is Bala here.
I would say that this is what actually the leadership it is, because we always tend to we want to have the good show and we want to have our good phase of life, and that's the moment we are waiting, but that moment will not ever come until we take the first step. So you have taken that first step, Bala. Please go ahead.
Yep. Actually, the mails from AHA, like the Toastmasters, will pop up in my mailbox. And to be true, I was not cared about of those mails. But this time I just wanted to give a try. And I pinged Dashna regarding this one, and she helped out me what a Toastmaster is. And she gave me a brief introduction about that. And today is the first meeting, and it was an awesome one. And I really enjoyed this 2 hours.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Bala. And this is something that is not been run by any other person. It's solely run by the club members, the HCL Pinnacle members. And really happy that, and also we're looking forward that you join us and add this energy that you had got to the team, which in turn you will get the energy back, and all the best to you, Bala.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
So is that anyone else who is still waiting and the word is stuck in their larynx and just is thinking, should I go for it? Should I go for it or not? Anyone else? This is the moment, buddy. I saw someone. Okay, that was Pala Ganesh who muted it. Okay.
What about Lakshmi? Lakshmi, you were trying.
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes,
This is Lakshmi Pranit Kumar.
please.
Yeah, I have recently joined in this company, ma'am, just 1.5 months ago.
Okay.
First time I'm joined in this meeting. Yeah, it was very good experience by seeing all your faces and knowing all your things, and joining in this Pinnacle Toastmasters Cup. It's very happy for me. Yeah, I enjoyed these 2 hours.
Okay, Lakshmi, can I ask you one question?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Why are you being so selfish, Lakshmi? You were feeling good after seeing our face. Won't you want us to also feel good?
Yeah, yes. Do you want to see me?
Of course, why not? It's a matter of an energy transform that you literally transform the energy to us and then we give back. So this is how it is. And that's what happens. Wow. See, that's great, Lakshmi. That's great. So why are you hiding your like the handsome smile behind the camera shutter to turn it on and then show it to the world? So that's the difference. That's the difference. Actually, it is, because we think like you want to be like an like as Raj said, we want to be a Shashi Tharoor, good in your communication, vocabulary, and all, and then I will go to the stage. Then even Shashi Tharoor would have thought about it. He would have not been there. So now you have taken the first step of being a person that you wanted to be, and you opened that shutter. You would have at least 10 thoughts would have been gone in front of in your mind when you just took out the hand to open on the video or to speak out, isn't it? You would have at least 10 is very minimal. I would say at least million of thoughts were going in your mind, and how you overcome at that moment is what it makes a difference. And good for showing up, Lakshmi. And also take this as an invite that you join us as soon as possible, because
Yes, sir.
For success, it's just two things. One is just showing up, and another one is putting your energy full on. So you already showed up. So please take to the next step of taking to the full on, and that's how you can really succeed on your journey. So is that someone inspired by Bala Ganesh and then Lakshmi? You're still should I still count on you? Should I wait for you people, or can we move on? Is there someone else? In the count of 5, just 5 seconds. 1. Okay, someone PP. Okay, that's Lakshmi. 2, 3. This might be a lifetime opportunity, buddy, if you are listening. 4. I don't want to count 5 because definitely you have
So
done
when you
it.
started counting, I could see 4 to 5 people leaving the group right now.
Yes. So that is what I should. This is an intensity of the members who are left around, right? So this is not an easy game that we are going through, and you should understand that you are a leader already, because the fear you are thinking like, what is that I'm going to be doing by just attending the meeting? See, this is the difference. This is the complete difference. Like, people, they tend to get fear, and then they don't show up, and the difference is just to be there on the very first thing, and then you take the action. And I'm really happy that the members were out here, and uh, I would say I was just about to I was not knowing that Praveen would be leaving early. And I just want to say one thing, though he is not here. I want to say one thing to each and every club members here, and also to be the club members who have really shown interest, that life will definitely turn you down when you're taking something new. And it all matters, like what decision you make at that point of a time matters, whether you are going to be a hero or you are going to be hero. Only these are the two things. There is no zero in it until you think about it that you want to become a hero. And this club is an hero, I would say, because that was a point that in last 2019 September, where everyone wants to take this club down. And Pravin Mani is the reason for me to stand and want him to be a part of this meeting as a chief justice. One and sole reason is he stood by my ideology, and then he had said, like, you just take the action, let's see what happens. And that one word really drove me, gave me a lot of energy, that it took almost more than 1.5 years for our next consecutive milestone. From 252 to 300, it took almost 1.5 year time. I'm very happy that I'm associated with you all people, and with all God's Almighty. And I take a leave from this organization, but not from this club, for sure. And I will be definitely around you people in and support the way that I could possibly do around. I wish you good luck, each and every one of you around. All the best, and over to you, President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinod. Okay, what comes next? Anyone to share their views? Yes. Okay, silence, no issues. I know very well that we are dragging. Sorry, I am dragging you. So happy weekend to all of you, and have a nice day. Thank you so much. At last, we have done it. Our milestone. Looking forward for many milestones. Thank you so much, team. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hey, Monish, good job, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
வேற level. அவ்வளவுதான். That's the one word that I could say.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, this is what I wanted, the young people, energetic people, to just take it down, instead of others, like the experienced person take it. You have it's really good that I wanted this to happen. And definitely I know like this is going to take a greater leap towards the success is what I could see here. And you have just take that first step of your journey in this Toastmasters knowledge.
Sure. I'll keep it up, sir, and I'll improve. No problem.
Yeah, I know you'll be doing it. And Divya, Triveni, Manjula, Amrita, and Venkatasai. And if you're still around and still listening, I would say that please visit these guys, and they are really awesome.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I presume you people are freshers, recently joined, and Devi helped you to just out here, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
You know something. We often, after getting into corporate, we forget that the connect that we have with the teachers, because the teachers are the one who actually shows us something new that we have not even thought about. So first, thank Sri Devi for showing us this path, because this might be your life-changing moment. You might be thinking, what is that it's all about? Because communication is what will stand for you, will speak for you, and will be with you forever. So take this opportunity, take this platform as little serious, because once you take this serious, the rest all is going to be fun. Trust me, it's really fun. Your professional or your personal life is going to be fun, and it's all matters like how we're going to communicate. And but for that, let's start with the gratitude. Could you just unmute and say thanks to Sri Devi now, or it could be anytime later on. That will be one.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Vinod is not there with his constant support, then I wouldn't have been continuing my Toastmaster. So I think it's each one inspiring everybody.
That's true. It's called the impetus power, right? So one gives the energy to the next person, and it's when if you see the energy is good, definitely you will be transferring to others. So and it depends on which magnitude you does it, and you have the potential of bringing in 54 people. Oh my God, I never thought that someone would definitely bring it, but you did it. You showed it like what it could be done, and instantly now I could see like Amrita, Triveni, Venkat, and then Divya. The difference that you have made to them, you have just bought that lion, the cub, to the water, and now it's a cub's responsible to drink the water from the lake, and it will definitely doing it for that matter. And yes, thanks again.
Thank
All
you,
right.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Stay
ma'am.
connected. Stay connected. Okay. This meeting happens week on week, not just once you have done it, and then the energy stands for very less amount of time, isn't it? It's like a laptop or phone battery. It drains out really fast in being sitting in our distracted environment. Come attend repeated sessions week on week, and that will make a difference to your life, guys. And stay safe. I take a leave for now. Take care, and
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye, sir.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
See you. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.